Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching this quick little video from. I am, of course, the Brain Lady, Julie Brain Lady Anderson. I am coming to you with some great tips this week. So I've gone over stress, I've gone over dealing with difficult people. Now I'm going to go over some great tips for achieving your goals next year. All right. It's always this time of year that so many people really start looking at the upcoming year and going, okay, I need to reach my goals this year. I need to achieve them. And they make those New Year intentions or New Year goals. But I have some alarming statistics for you. Did you know that 43% of all people expect, they expect, this is their mindset, this is the way they think, they expect that they're going to fail by February of the new year. They're setting themselves up for failure because that's what they're thinking, right? But they expect it. They know that based on past performance, chances are they're going almost half of the people that set New Year's goals or goals for the new year are planning basically on failing. Can you believe that? And statistically, according to people who, of course, take these surveys, not only 9% successfully achieve their goals that they set for themselves in the year. 9%. That means 91% of them fail. Okay, that's kind of depressing. But guess what? There are a lot of neuroscience hacks that you can use, that you can employ, that are going to shift the way your brain thinks, shift your mindset, and shift the wiring, actually rewire your brain to be more successful to achieve the goals. So, tip number one, and this is the important thing that you do first, and that is look back before you look forward. So, what do I mean by that? I mean that you need to look back at what worked and what didn't work. What were some of the processes or the habits that you had that didn't work for you or that worked against you achieving your goals? Now, I know everybody's always like, look forward, look forward, look forward. Yes, that's great. You don't want to dwell on the mistakes, the errors, the things that didn't work for you in the past and think to yourself, oh, I'm such a failure. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about actually going back and thinking, what were some of those habits, those daily activities that I did do that were not in my best benefit, that did not support me in reaching my goals? For example, with myself, when incredibly busy, my husband's incredibly busy, we're busy, 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 busy. So I don't really ever have a planned menu for the day or for that night. Right? We just kind of fly by the seat of the pants. And so I wind up at 6 o'clock wandering out of my office when he gets home. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I got to throw something together for dinner. And I don't really have anything planned. So I'm going to grab whatever's easiest. What's easiest is not always what's healthiest because I haven't put any thought to it. I haven't made sure that I have the ingredients for the healthy meals. It just normally it's like throw something together fast, which oftentimes is either something frozen, but I don't really have that something frozen that often. So it's, hey, let's make a quesadilla, which is a lot of fat and a lot of carbs at 6 or 7 o'clock in the evening by the time we're eating, right? So that line of thinking, that habit that I have is not serving me when it comes to working towards my getting healthier goals. So I need to shift that. I need to make adjustments in the coming year so that I stop doing that thing, that habit that isn't working. So that's the first tip. I'm just going to leave you with that. There's a lot more, not more that goes into it. And I've got a great challenge coming up. You can join if you want in January. I'll tell you more about that in the future. But right now, just think about that. Just take a few minutes and think back. What were the habits that I did, the things that I did that weren't necessarily working for me? And just make note of those. Learn from those. So you learn from your past. Okay? All right. That's tip number one. Stay tuned. Come back tomorrow for tip number two.